Barber Honda. Volvo Rents Construction Equipment. 1061 Crab Radio. 98.5 The Fox. Present the Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week.
Well, Kern County, good evening and welcome to a very, very special edition of high school football here on Bright House Network's. Hey, big fella, Week 8, Game 8. We're out in my neck of the woods, the Garden in the Sun, Arvin, California, as we watch the Crimson Bear Brigade marching band walking out to the field. Paul, we have a lot of football to talk about tonight. There's a lot of games going on in the city, but first and foremost, we're out here at Arvin where the Bears always play tough, but hey, they're playing against the seventh best team in the county in the valley for their division, the Tehachapi Warriors, and under Steve Denman, always tough. Do the Bears have it tonight?
Well, I don't know. Brian Adams is going to talk about the Bears here in a minute because he knows the Arvin Bears a little bit better than I do. You probably know them a little bit better than I do, too. But I can tell you this. I know there are coaches out here in Arvin, and they're real, real good, Vance, as you know. But the Tehachapi Warriors, I've had an opportunity to stand beside some of their linemen, and they tower over me.
Wow.
At 6'1", those were some big kids. I'm 6'1", and they towered over me. It's like standing next to you. I'm looking up at them. And we all know about Coach Denman. He is the veteran of all Kern County coaches. His team is well known for being disciplined. They will be very disciplined. And you want to talk about ball control? Tehachapi Warriors, I look for them to come out and establish drives of 12 to 14 plays at a time, really take the clock away from Arvin. It's going to put Arvin in a situation where they're going to have big strikes. Brian Adams is going to touch on that.
Well, Kern County, when we return, it'll be the kickoff. Tehachapi out visiting Arvin. Right now, it's the Star Spangled Banner. When we come back, opening kickoff of Week 8 game out on Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week. Tehachapi Warriors at Arvin High School. Back with the kickoff.
Watching the High School Football Game of the Week.
As promised, here's the opening kickoff of Week 8 Game 8. Arvin Bears get it at the 30-yard line. A nice opportunity for good field position. He's still on his feet out there. That's number 20, Jose Salinas. So that's the opening kickoff here. Tehachapi visiting Arvin, and speaking of my Arvin Bears, Brian Adams is digging up information at the beginning of the game. Brian, welcome to Week 8, Game 8. What do you have for us?
Well, Vance, some information I got is Flores is going to start tonight at quarterback. Venegas is the big play receiver, can catch about anything. Coach Mears was telling me he's going to be the guy they want to get going off the game. They do have some players out, like you talked about, Vance, and they're going to have to just overcome that and make some plays tonight. Like tonight, Arvin has to make some big plays. They can't afford to get into a bang-it-out game with 10, 12-play drives. Back to you, Vance.
Thank you, Brian. That's Brian Adams. I've got Paul Press next to me. He's got a nice-looking tri-tip sandwich I'll be munching on here in a few minutes. Here's first play from scrimmage. A nice 4-yard gain up the middle for the Bears, and that was Francisco Tamayo. Paul Press, we've got a lot to talk about tonight, a lot of games we're going to talk about. Well, let's talk about this Arvin-Tehachapi matchup. I know it well, having graduated from Arvin in the glorious class of 83, and Tehachapi always a rough, tough team. This goes back a long ways. One of these games you can throw the records out.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a lot of speed versus a real big Tehachapi defense here. I'm looking down there. There's some big guys on that line. We're going to see if Arvin can spread it out and move the ball.
Flores throws a slashing pattern across the middle to Jorge Castro. The size that you talk about for Tehachapi, aren't they always big?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the trees, the water, or the food, or what.
Fresh air.
Yeah, the fresh air. But I know last year when I was coaching at Stockdale, we had to go up on the hill, and they were so tough.
3rd and 3, Bears. First series of the game. Flores looks out, has his man out there, and hey, Kern County, that's the young man we're talking about. That is Miguel Venegas. He is the 3rd leading receiver in the area, and they want to throw to him a lot tonight. I had a chance to talk to some of my old buddies, former coaches and current coaches down there, and they said, we want to go at this kid a lot, Paul Press.
Yeah, I like what they do right here. Tehachapi's got to respect his speed, so they're going to back off, and they're going to give him everything underneath. Hey, and Arvin's doing the smart stuff right here. Take what they give you. Take what they give you.
Tamayo not getting much right there. He's going to have to take what Tehachapi gives him, and that's Levi Kirstein's. What a hit.
Yeah. But it's not a bad call here. Coach Mars, he's going to mix it up, and you can't just come out and throw, or they're going to pin their ear back and come after you. So you got to keep them guessing, especially this first quarter. And I wouldn't be surprised if Arvin comes out and runs a little play action right here, or even tries to get the ball on the outside with a little toss sweep.
2nd and 10. Alex Flores QBing for the Bears. Straight drop back. Flores looks for his main target out there, and it's caught out there. Nice hands. Nice grab by Venegas. About a 4-yard, 5-yard gain. Well, Brian, it seems that every week, every game, no matter what the score is, no matter what the outcome is, we see some really talented receivers, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts about Venegas tonight and the receivers from Tehachapi. I heard you comment to my ears on that last pass. Nice catch, good hands.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right, Vance.
Hey, I'm glad I'm right, but I don't want you to get choked up over it. He's getting emotional down there in the field. Right. But Brian's either emotional or chewing on that tri-tip sandwich. 3rd and 7, big play for the Bears. Looks like it's a screen play. They've got their man Venegas. He's wide open down the middle, gets some good key blocks, and now he's looking for more room. Ooh, some big hits out there in the middle of the field, and woo!
Wow, that's a nice play right there. We used to call that jailbreak. If anybody that watched Stockdale High last year, we ran that to Garrett Anthony time after time. Edgar Mars pulling into his bags of tricks. He's running what we call a Z screen there. Runs it out. Big lineman, Arvin lineman get down, use their speed, get down, get on top of the linebackers. That's a great play by Arvin. Nice call, Coach. Here we go. Sets them up 1st down, and they're moving the ball.
1st and 10, Flores hands the ball off to Tamayo. Tamayo gets about a yard or two, and when you've got a receiver like Venegas who can be used on these screen plays, all of a sudden your defense has to guess. They're back on their heels a little bit, and then that play up the middle works with Tamayo.
Yeah,
two big yards.
I had an opportunity to work with Coach Showers over at Stockdale last year, and Coach Showers, the offensive coordinator. We had a kid named Garrett Anthony. Some of you may have heard of him. One of the fastest kids I've ever had an opportunity to coach. We would run that screen, that little X screen or Z screen, back in. We simply had one call for it. We called it jailbreak, and it worked for us. We ran it about 8 times last year and scored 6 touchdowns. So it's a nice play.
Head coach for the Bears, Edgar Mares, watching his players. He's looking for Venegas. Flores throws it up there. Venegas in the end zone, and it is. Whoa! If he hang on to that would be one beautiful catch out there, but it slips out of his hands. Nice pass, nice route, almost fingertips it. Right in front of our man, Brian Adams. Brian, we're watching this replay. If you can hear me, what do you think about this receiver so far?
Well, so far, Vance, I'm really impressed with his route. He runs very good, detailed routes. Another thing that you see on him, Vance, is his ability to catch the ball. We've seen some really good catches already. And you can see right now, like you said, every week we seem to have a good receiver out here. Back to you.
Thank you. 3rd and 8. The Bears are on the 25-yard line of Tehachapi. Former head coach, coaching legend Chuck Chamberlain at the 50-yard line. Watching everything unveil itself here. Flores runs, has a man open. There's Venegas again. It looks like Venegas has running room if he gets a block. Oh, very close to 1st down. We've got a flag on the play. It might be that we have a lineman down the field here. That's what our man on the field, Brian's telling me in my right ear, so I'll put it to both of your ears. And Paul Press is nodding his head, and there it is, ineligible receiver. Good call, Brian.
Yeah, that play takes so long as we watch it here, the Volvo rinse replay. He's rolling out, and the linemen just get a little impatient here and get downfield. We can see there on the screen we had 54 and 50 downfield past the receiver. I don't think 50 and 54 are actually eligible numbers. So when you're downfield 50 and 54, the right tackle and left guard, you've got to hold that line of scrimmage.
That brings up 3rd and 13. Bears on the Tehachapi 30-yard line. Flores throws out to the left. It's going to be a double pass. Hey, look at this, Kern County. What a play. Venegas picks it up. He catches the ball in a very, very nice pass out there by number 10, Ernesto Lupercio. So a double pass. Very nice second pass, Paul, and great hands, and 1st down Bears.
Yeah, he had 2 receivers wide open. There was one on this backside. I don't know how strong his arm is, but if he gets it to him, he walks in. He makes a nice throw here. Either way, he made the right choices here. And, boy, did Arvin Bears come to play.
Wow, I love hearing it. Kern County, if you don't know I'm an Arvin Bear by now, yikes. Told some of the coaches down there, I'm going to try my hardest to sound unbiased tonight, but I don't know if I can do it. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Bears knocking on the door. Tamaya tries to work it in with his legs, and he meets that big defensive line from Tehachapi. And Matt Degger came in there so hard he knocked his own helmet off. So we've got some hard hitting going on so far. You're watching Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week, Week 8, Game 8.
Yeah, what I'm looking for here is watch out, Kern County, because number 3, Flores, I think Coach Mars is going to get him out and let him create. They're probably going to roll right over towards Brian Adams on that side of the field. I'd get him out and let him create.
Press thinks the quarterback will run. Throws across the middle. Oh, should have been caught right through the fingertips of Julian Salinas. I don't know if it was deflected, but I think Salinas would like to have one more shot at that. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field, and it's going to be Tehachapi's timeout. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Tehachapi at Arvin. Here's our double pass, Paul.
Yeah, I like this. This is back out to the X-receiver here. He looks back down. We can't see it in that screen right there. Way to go up. This is a great receiver here. Strong legs, good hands. I was watching his routes because they've already thrown the ball to him, 4 times?
At least.
They've thrown the ball to him 5 times. He's got 4 receptions already, probably for 35, 40 yards. He's got good hands. He runs really good, crisp routes. I like his route running. And, you can go to him whenever. Brian Adams right now telling me possession receiver. I agree with you, Brian. I wouldn't put him up there with some of the receivers we've seen with the West High guys or even the East High guy or even the one from Stockdale as far as going downfield. But as a 3rd down receiver, I'd take this young man anytime.
Well said.
Because he's going to run the right route, catch the ball for sure. This is the type of receiver that colleges are looking at to be their man when they need that 1st down.
Well, 3rd and 6 after a long time out. It looked like Coach Denman over there, the veteran coach, had him over there to the very last second. He said, fellas, we've got to make a big play right here on defense. 3rd and 6, 6.5 left here in the first quarter. Could be a rollout here. Everybody split wide on this Arvin offense. Flores drops back, throws it across the middle. Touchdown, Arvin Bears. Look at this.
Pass was completed in the end zone.
Throws it into Jorge Castro, and what I liked about that throw is he threw it away from everybody, threw it low, threw it down, and we're here at Frank Barley Stadium, and Frank Barley himself is down there in the front row just clapping and happy as can be.
Well, what I like about that is it's a strike, but he also stays in and pays the price. He took that. He looked like a Brett Favre standing in there. I mean, he sees the linebacker coming right up the middle, Vance, and yet the kid doesn't hesitate. He follows through and throws a strike.
The kick is up, and it's good. Guillermo Molino knocks it through. So, hey, just like that, 6:27 left in the first quarter. The Arvin Bears come down in their first series, and it looks good so far for the Bears. For those of you just tuning in, getting here a little late from your high school football game, welcome. Hope you had a good night at your game, and now you're watching Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week. We are excited to be out here, and I'm looking around the neighborhood, Paul. This is where I grew up, and I lived right over there, just right over there by the caddy corner, and couldn't be a better spot for me tonight. So, Tehachapi Warriors, we're going to get a chance to see their offensive efforts tonight.
Well,
see what they're all about, Paul.
I tell you, they better be all about something because the Arvin Bears came out and said, hey, we've got a game plan. Coach Sears and Coach Sears. And how many Coach Sears do we have over here? Because I know that family's over here, and they're very involved. And I have a lot of respect for the Sears family. The older Sears, I should say the eldest Sears, Coach Sears, Larry Sears, he really helped me a long time ago. And Coach Sears, I thank you for that, and I haven't forgotten about that. Long time ago, 20 years ago or so, I started my coaching debut out here in the Arvin area against Coach Sears as he put a nice whooping on me and taught me I had a long ways to go.
Well, Larry Sears, one of my mentors in life, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in Haven Drive. He would look over me and say, hey, meathead, get over here, get out of the way, get your shorts on, get out in the gym, go do something. So Larry Sears, great friend of the family and good man, and his son's coaching with him, and, of course, head coach Edgar Mares. That right there was Chris Carlos. So I've known some of these guys since they were born. So
right.
I don't know if that makes me old or them getting up there, but we had a penalty on the kickoff against the Bears, so now they're going to kick off in their own 35. Tehachapi is chomping at the bits to get this football in their hands. They want to march down this field. Hey, we're happy to have you here. It's up, and it's going to be taken at about the 16-yard line by the Tehachapi Warriors. Here we go. Big hole up the middle, and that was Gio Lopez. Gio Lopez is brought down about the 42-yard line, so the Warriors themselves start off in a pretty decent spot.
Yeah, they sure do. You know, I like the fact that Gino, he gets his head down and he goes a long ways there. And we get a nice look at it right here from Volvo Rinse Replay. Look at this. His camera, nice job. He keeps on his feet there. His knee doesn't touch. He gets another 5 yards after contact, 7 yards. Nice job by the young man, and here it goes to Tehachapi Warriors.
Quick break from the Warriors. Handoff to number 21, Robert Wright. Robert Wright is still on his feet. Nice 3 hard yards there. Tyler Hansen's the quarterback for the Tehachapi Warriors. Tyler Hansen is 6'1", 185-pound senior. Tehachapi, one of the legendary programs in the San Joaquin Valley. As you say, going up there is never easy. In my high school basketball coaching days, I'd go up there and go, ugh, we got to drive up there and play this tough team. Come on, fellas, here we go.
Yeah.
2nd and 6. Warriors have him in motion, and that's number 41, Adam Greenwood, but he goes nowhere. The Bears seem poised and ready. Brian, you were on that Arvin sideline right up until kickoff. Did you get the sense that these Bears are ready to play tonight?
Well, you kind of got a sense when you talked to Coach Maris before the game. You can see they were intense. They were planning on playing good tonight. But what I'm watching right now is they're being the aggressor against Tehachapi. They're shooting the gaps right now in the running game. They're forcing them into a passing situation. 3rd and 7 is a long situation. You got time now to put pressure on the quarterback, force it to throw short. But Arvin has done exactly what they need to do. They've come out strong so far the first few plays on defense and offense as well. Back to you there, Vance.
Hansen throws it across the middle, and it is caught. What a great catch, and now he's off to the races. No, he's drugged down out there in the dirt, but that was great concentration by Mike Papik. Looked like the ball was deflected. He hangs on to it. Mike Papik keeps his Warriors' first offensive series alive here, and wow, here's our Volvo Rinse Replay, Paul. I thought this was an excellent catch. What focus.
Yeah, this is a big tight end here at 6'5", 245. Look at this kid. You know, the secondary of the Arvin Bears are going, just get him down, get him down.
Hansen rolls right. Looks again for the tight end. This time it's picked off. What an interception. Woohoo! Man, what Miguel Venegas, their superstar receiver, said, hey, you know what? I bet you they're going to try to go to this tight end again. I might have to just follow this guy. It was holding on to Tehachapi, decline. First Town Bears. Hey, I think I was more woohooing for the great athleticism than I am a former Bear. Look at this play.
Yeah, he lays out here.
Man,
he undercuts
oh man.
He's riding the back shoulder very well. We'd like to have him a little on the higher side of the shoulder as a coach, but with his athleticism, he's able to break on that ball. He lays completely out and catches the ball with his hands, showing everybody why he's one of the top receivers in Kern County.
Well, now he's out of your screen. He's at the bottom of your screen, way right. He's going one-on-one with Lance Lang. Let's see if Alex Flores. Well, they don't even look his way. He's got another man wide open. Oh, he just overthrew, and whoo, boy, late hit. Late hit. It was intended for Julian Salinas out there. It went past him. Now, head coach Steve Demon from the Tehachapi Warriors is over there. I don't know if he's barking at the ref, but I think he's barking at E.G. Murrow, who hit him late. E.J. Murrow hit him late, so, ow.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, they're running what we call a cover 2. That means their corners are supposed to come down and cover the flats to deep flats. And their 2 safeties, the strong safety and free safety, got everything over the top. What happened on that backside over there, Brian Adams, as you know, that corner didn't get a good check on that receiver and let him release up that sideline without slowing him down. That safety couldn't get over there in time.
Well, another great replay of that interception. Sorry, Brian. All right, let's go. We're 1st and 10 here for the Bears. Go ahead, Brian. Respond to Paul.
Well, Paul, one of the things you know, when you run that cover 2 and you don't get that jam, that's a long run for that safety on that hash to get to that corner. A lot of times against cover 2, what you'll do is you'll try to spread the field out, get 2 receivers on the sideline, and one up the seam and put the 2 safeties in the bind. But they just did it with 2 receivers, and again, they had a chance to make a big play. They got the 15-yard penalty, so they're going to have to get that jam, or they're going to get hit for that again. Back to you guys.
Thank you. You saw the back sweatshirt there of a sweatshirt that said Coach Hallam. That's Larry Hallam, longtime football coach here at every level and pretty much the heart and soul of this Arvin High School athletic department. Larry Hallam. Venegas in motion, running towards Flores. He cuts across the middle. Might be his target. It is not. Flores hangs on just for about 2 seconds too long. I sure like his patience, but that time it caught up with him.
Yeah, he pumped it once, pumps it twice. He's got to roll out of there. You've got to learn right here, young man. Pump it once. Get out of there. Tuck it and move. Get out to the flats and create. You can't stay in that pocket that long. Tehachapi's only rushing 4 guys. Really, only 3 of them came that time. That's too long. You can't do that to your lineman.
3rd and 16. Big play for the Warriors. If they can hold the Bears, they might get another shot to put this ball deep in the end zone in the first quarter. Let's see. Flores drops back. He has great protection. Throws it across the middle. There's Venegas. Wow, Venegas. Big first down. That's about a 35, 40-yard gain. And he hung in that pocket to the very last minute, did Flores. And, hey, we could talk about this great receiver we're looking at, but what about the guy laying it in there for him?
Well, I made a comment earlier. He looked like Brett Favre on the touchdown. Look at him here. Stays in there right after Kern County. You couldn't see him, but he took a big shot after he delivered that ball. And what a nice shot. Oh, a little step on the face there, but that was incidental.
In the face.
Thank goodness for face mask. If this was 1940.
Wow. Rivalry football.
Yeah.
Rivalry football.
His nose would be a little bent.
1st and 10 Bears. Tamayo up the middle, still on his feet, taking some big hits and still grinding away. 2.5 left in the first quarter. Got a nice ball game shaping up here. Tehachapi Warriors at Arvin. There's a picture for the percussion section for the Crimson Bear Brigade. Paul, you've had an awfully exciting week, and at our next time out, that's where we're going with it, babe. 2nd and 6.
Well, I tell you what I like right now, though. When I'm looking down on this field, and I love football. Everybody knows how much I love football. Think about it constantly. Hey, the Arvin Bears are running to the huddle. They're running from the huddle. Man, they're really pumped up.
Julian Salinas split back out on the left. Flores looking for Salinas. Decides to run it himself. Maybe he can pick up a yard or 2 here. Doesn't get much. Nice defense by the Warriors, but Julian Salinas was the split back in the left corner over there. He made a nice route, but they were running opposite directions. There's a nice shot at head coach Edgar Mares saying, hey, fellas, another 3rd down and 6. I think they've had a 3rd down conversion. I think they've made every one so far. I think I may be wrong on that, but we'll see.
Well, obviously they have, because they still have the ball, and the first time they had the ball, they made a touchdown.
Right, haven't punted, so.
So you're correct.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, nice job with the statistician. Our statistician crew down in the truck feeding us nothing, but we're still getting it right.
Oh, I'm going to take the heat on that one. 3rd and 5. Flores from the shotgun. He's got his man Venegas on the right side. That's where he goes. They're backed up so far against this guy that they give him so much room.
Wow.
Well, if that was a first down, Tehachapi head coach might be very frustrated because, it is. All he had to get was 7 yards, and he got 7 and 1 inch.
Nice route running. Hey, I'm curious, how long is it going to be until Tehachapi plays a man-1 over this guy? Because you cannot let this young man keep releasing free like this. He is just eating them up. Their corners are bailing out. Then they try to run a cover 2. They don't get a jam on him. He's running his routes at will, and they're delivering. You've got to break up this timing. You've got to break up his routes, or he's going to eat you up all night.
Well, now he's got Matt Soto and Venegas way out left. Flores running his offense well tonight. Hands the ball off to Tamayo. Tamayo tries to go off tackle. Tamayo still on his feet. Gets about 3 or 4 yards. We're under the 1 minute mark here. This first quarter has moved along quite well for everyone involved in this football game. Tehachapi, nice crowd tonight. They brought at least 400 or 500 down the hill. About 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Brian Adams, you're standing back there in a corner. What do you think so far of this Arvin offense?
Well, Vance, I'm really impressed with Arvin. The one thing they're not doing, they're not abandoning the run. They still try to keep him honest. And one of the other things they're doing is they're passing the ball efficiently. Meaning they're hitting, completing passes. They're just not throwing the ball over the field like we've seen some teams do. Back to you.
Very good. Jorge Castro in motion. The pitch comes out to number 23. This is Salinas. Salinas. Oh, man. What a big hit. Salinas could not get past the line of scrimmage, though. I think that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Paul?
Wow. There's a nice crack back there by our number 1. Oh, Miguel. Miguel, not only can you catch the ball, son, that was a nice crack back on that. And maybe we'll see it here. I believe it right there. That's the receiver, number 1. Look at me, I'm number 1. You better pay attention. Not only can I catch it, I'm going to come down and crack. And I tell you, that linebacker is going to tell his corner, thanks for a call, buddy.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Great ball game so far. Arvin Bears 7, Tehachapi Warriors haven't really done much on offense, and they've been out in the field a long time on defense. When we come back, the second quarter, Bright House Network's high school football. Kern County, we're back. Kern County, we are back. Begin our second quarter. The Bears on a 3rd and 6. They've converted on every third down they've had so far. Our Volvo Rinse replay boom our camera is right on top of this team. This is going to be excellent. Flores throws out to number 5 out there. That's Matt Soto. Matt Soto, another first down. Kern County, I want to tell you, that view you're seeing right there is from a boom from Volvo Rinse. That camera is right on top of this action. This is excellent. Here's Flores, and this guy, he's a very consistent passer, Paul.
Wow. Does he pitch for Arvin? Because he's throwing strikes. I'm thinking I'm at a baseball game. He's throwing strikes, and that's all he's doing. You know, another thing I like about him is he's got real good footwork, Vance. When we see him, he's doing 3-step, he's setting, he's planting, he's firing. You know, one time did he pat the ball one too many times. Other than that, he's been great. Man, hey, this is beautiful. This is like college ball. NBC out here, Bright House doing the big time with the camera.
Tamayo couldn't break away from number 45, Mike Barboa. That'll bring up second at about 8. That's a big games going on, big guy. Why don't you unfurl your Californian and we can take a little.
Well, I can tell you.
Hang on a second, everybody. Look at this. That's our boom. That boom is right on top of the action. So when we go back to our shot, that's where you're seeing it from. Thank you, Volvo Rinse. Man, oh man. 2nd and 9. Flores gets Jorge Castro over to the right side. The pitch is out to number 23, Julian Salinas. Salinas trying to get up. Oh, he's got Warriors everywhere, and he runs into trouble. Salinas gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9. You know, Brian, one thing we have to talk about is this Tehachapi defense has been on the field, you know, pretty much this entire game so far.
You're right, Vance. And one of the things when you're playing a lot of defense, and we've seen it before in some of these games, you just get worn out in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and teams start scoring points on you. The Warriors have to figure out a way to get off the defense, but they're being held off balance because they don't know if it's going to be a run or pass. And when they are passing, the Warrior defensive backs are given too much room, as Paul said earlier. You got to press up a little bit and make them run by you, show they can do it. Until then, you know, just don't let them keep throwing pitch and catch in front of you, and there's nobody even there within 5 yards.
Well, Brian, I'm going to send you down the road to find Chuck Chamberlain here soon. I think he's on about the 17-yard line. See if we can track him down. Paul Press, why don't you tell Kern County all the good news, big guy? Hey, everybody, get ready for this announcement. Paul.
Well, Kern County, we do have professional football back here in Kern County. The Bakersfield Blitz have been bought. A local ownership group called Bakersfield Sports Partners 1. And I've done a lot of work lately. Didn't want to talk too much about it, but contacted a lot of people in town, and they believe in the Blitz. And what we did is we went and put our money together, and we bought the team. We just got our offices this week. I'm excited about that. I'm in the process of interviewing and hiring staff. Looks like we'll have our front office staff hired soon. As most people read in the paper, we did hire a head coach and a defensive coordinator. Those two combined have 25 years of arena football experience. That's the most professional coaching experience Bakersfield has ever seen in any sport. They've never had somebody with this much experience. And watch the papers because we are signing guys left and right. Contracts are going to hit the papers real soon.
Excellent. More on that later in the game. Thank you, Paul. 3rd and 10. Bears, again, looking to convert every first down. They throw across the middle. Touchdown, Bears. Again, Miguel Venegas with a perfect strike at the knees for him to scoop up and grab for a touchdown. Brian Adams, are you impressed? He's a receiver. You're a receiver.
I mean, Vance, if you're not impressed with his ability to go after the ball and secure it, I mean, you're not a football fan for receiver. This is exactly what you want to see. If you're a receiver watching this game tonight, you're a young kid, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. Watch how he attacks the ball with his hands, and he really is aggressive at catching the ball. It's really a pleasure. We've been fortunate this year to see a lot of good receivers, and he's put his name right there with the best of them.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Coming from you, that's a high compliment. And as if to add insult to injury, Molina kicks it through the uprights and gets roughed up at the end of it. So I think they'll be booting it even further on the kickoff for the Warriors. So, well, starts off all Bears so far. We know Coach Dimon and those Warriors have a lot of pack in their punch. So we'll see a lot of them. And, when one team just starts off playing hot, Paul, you got to just kind of weather the storm in any sport.
Yeah, what worries me is that, Brian Adams and I were talking about it, and I go, you know what? I just see Tehachapi controlling the ball and doing 10, 12 play drives all night. We were talking about before the game. I said, Arvin's going to have some big strikes. Well, it shows you how much I know now. These guys make me look like the fool. Arvin comes out and is putting 12. Oh, as we look at the replay here, once again, he throws a strike. Nice low ball. No one can catch it except for his receiver. And once again, Brian Adams is correct. This receiver is, hey, he's the real deal. I really like this kid as a receiver. Keep throwing to him until Tehachapi changes it up. You know what? They need to do something, because I tell you, Tehachapi continues to do what they're doing. They're in for a long night because they're letting him run his routes. They're not getting their hands on him, rerouting him off the line of scrimmage. They're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback. He's getting rid of the ball. You've got to reroute your receivers, and you got to put pressure on this quarterback. And I tell you what, they're putting some pressure on him, but he's standing in there taking a shot time after time, but keeps delivering strikes.
Thank you, Paul. Kickoff for the Bears. They do kick off at the Warriors' 45-yard line, and it's a kind of a moot point, really, because they're going to boot it out of the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Hey, we got some football games to talk about tonight. Woohoo! What about this baby right here? Bakersfield Drillers 5-2. They've worked out a pretty good season so far under head coach Gola. At Liberty 6-1. BHS at Liberty. Paul Press, what do you say?
Well, it's the second best game in Kern County behind this one. That's why we're here. But I tell you, BHS, good team, not enough though. Liberty, man, they're impressive.
I'll get a comment here soon from our driller on the field. Warriors, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to number 21 out there. Hey, Robert Wright takes a big hit, and he actually loses 2 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Wow. There was number 44, Jose Flores.
Well, speaking of Liberty, and I'm going to get Brian's thoughts on this BHS Liberty game, but next week, the internet poll game, the results are in. Overwhelming support from the community. We had a bunch of votes. Thank you for tapping in and voting for these games. But the clear winner tonight for our game next week, the Liberty Patriots at the Garces Rams. That ought to be a barn burner. We had a ton of responses on our internet poll. Look forward to doing it next season as well. You made the call, Liberty at Garces. Ooh, looks like he lost the football for a moment, but he is brought down. So number 9, Gio Lopez, tried to get free. Let's go down to the field with Brian Adams. Brian, your thoughts on tonight's big game? Because whatever we think about it doesn't really matter. This is a big game for both programs.
Oh, it definitely is. They're coming out right now and they're playing, but Vance, you've never heard me say this, but I'm going with Liberty on the other big game.
Oh.
So I know it's going to be some driller people upset, but
look at our graphics. Bernie, Zach throws some graphics up there. Brian Adams, sideline reporter, going with the Patriots.
Yeah, I think Liberty is, Paul said, just a little too much this year.
3rd and 10. Nice play action by the Warriors, but he's in trouble. No, he gets out of trouble. Hanson is in big trouble. Fumble. Tehachapi recovers their own fumble, but wow, Tyler Hanson in big trouble, got out of trouble, got back in trouble. Here's our Volvo rinse replay. I thought he was down here, Paul.
Yeah, he fights through, but protect the ball there. Tuck it in. And 34 comes by.
Jorge Castro almost took the handoff.
Jorge Castro, way to go. Hey, he's going to hold the ball out there, take it from him. He almost scored a touchdown. The problem is here, it's fourth down. They have to punt it here. It's a short field. We'll see if Arvin's going to go for it or set up a return. Are they going to go for the block or set up a return?
First things first, Tehachapi's call a timeout. They're in big trouble now. It's 4th and 25. Not only are they in trouble in this one play, there's head coach Denman walking out to his players saying, come on, get over here. Just go. You guys hop off and either grab water or he's coming in with some new cats because he's not happy with his Warriors. And there's a shot of the Warrior fans that have come down from Tehachapi. And, hey, everybody, we got to talk about this Warrior team. They're, 7th in the Valley for this district and for this size of school. They're having a bit of a lecture right now from Coach Denman saying, fellas, are we in it or are we going to just, mail this in and go home?
Yeah, here it is. 44 once again, he is in this play. Jose Flores, he made 2 tackles in a row. First down and second down, he makes the tackles. Here comes 34. almost takes the ball in for the touchdown, but he drops it on the handoff. It looked like a handoff.
Wow.
There. Wrong color jersey.
Well,
and man, and who would have thunk it? Because the Arvin linemen are taking on the Tehachapi linemen.
well,
wow.
big Ricky Akala in there, number 75. If you remember the story on him in the Bakersfield, California a few months ago.
Yes.
He's all business, Kern County. I mean, he's all business. He's the second player on your left there in the front line.
Yeah.
And he's returning all-league player, and he's all heart and he's all everything. Well, let's see what happens. Warriors go for the punt. Perfect snap. Not a bad punt. Perfect spiral. It's going to be taken at about the 46-yard line. Tries to make a move and gets in trouble. No, he gets away from it. Actually had his jersey torn. And now, look at this. Julian Salinas still looking for room. Julius Salinas is taken down at about the 15-yard line. He battled and battled. It looked like he was going to be dragged down. He kept his jersey from coming off his body, and he gets a nice 40-yard return. So here come the Bears.
Yeah, if you see it here, they don't go after the punt. They set up this return, and all he had to do is get rid of this first guy that gets down there. 54 gets down there, and the good tear away underneath jersey tears away. They set up the left return here, set up a
what a move.
wall. Waits for his block here, and wow. Here we go, another 15 yards, and Arvin will be up big.
Well, I'm getting nervous watching these cheerleaders.
Nah, I don't like that.
They're
You know
pumped
I
up,
don't
but
like
I'm
that.
nervous. First and 10, Bears knocking at the door again. It's been all Bears so far. Hey, look at this, Kern County. What a nice move. Tamayo has been their ground warrior against the Warriors tonight, and Venejas and his quarterback, Alex Flores, has done it by the air. So they've put together a pretty good package so far here in the first half. It is halfway through the first half. We're at about the 7-minute mark here. So second and I think it's 7. Brian Adams down there sighing a big sigh of relief. Were those Bears running down the sideline at you, Brian?
They were coming our way, Vance, but boy, I tell you, it was some comedy on this sideline.
I hear one of our affiliates, cameramen, got knocked over. Second and 7. Bears trying to get in. Tamaya, big hole up the middle, makes a big cut, and he gets the first down. It'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line. So, Paul, they're mixing it up, and they're coming at it from every direction, the Bears.
Man, boy, I want to know how much time did these Arvin coaches spend in the film room this last weekend in scheming for this game, because I'll give them credit. It's a lot of work. I've been in those meetings, and you just go, can we go this? Can we do this? Can we do that? We'll rewind this tape, rewind that tape, and 12 hours later you go home and your family goes, who are you? And but then on Friday night it pays off.
First and goal from the 3. Tamaya gets held up by the Warrior defense.
You know, that's still not a bad call there. He's keeping him honest. And I tell you, be careful as we look at the play. First down here, Tamayo is going up off tackle, get some nice blocks there, and then they come back and they run the ball again. But they've got this wide side of the field over here on the left side as they're going in to their left. I'm curious if they're going to get a mismatch on the backside. To me, you know, Arvin Bears have really been operating the backside better than the front side or the wide side of the field. I look for them to maybe put 2 or 3 receivers out here on the wide side of the field and then get an isolation on the backside. The way he's throwing strikes, Flores is throwing strikes, even on the short side of the field. He's throwing such a good strikes. If they get a one-on-one situation, Tehachapi's going to be in trouble.
Second and 3, there's a timeout on the field. 5:57 left here in this first half. Hey, you don't have digital cable? Call Bright House Networks at 323-4802 for great deals on digital cable, the most high-definition programming available, and Roadrunner high-speed online. Hey, everybody, if you don't have Bright House, come on. If you don't, you better get it. And if your friends have it and you're over at their house every Friday night, bumming on their food and watching their TV, they're about to buy you Bright House, the best available in Kern County, no doubt about it. All right, teams are back on the field, Paul, and I think if you're the Warriors, first of all, your defense has been on the field pretty much the whole game. Their offense hasn't had a conversion on the first. Well, they had 1 or 2, but right now they're tired, they're on their heels, and the Bears are really hungry. Second and goal from the 3. Everybody's packing it in. Flags, and looks like it's on Tehachapi, lined up over the football. Oh, my goodness. If you're the coaching staff for the Warriors, this is about as frustrating as it gets.
And I would have never guessed it because Coach Denman, he's a heck of a good coach. And most of the time his teams are very, very disciplined and play very clean. Not that they're playing dirty football. They're playing mistake football.
I understand. Right.
You know?
Well, second and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Flores hands the ball to Tamaya. Tamaya cannot get in there. He's close, but he couldn't do it. This big, strong defensive front for the Tehachapi Warriors, hey, they're tired, but they're still hanging in there. They're tough and they're strong. Let's see if they can make another big play here. Here's another great shot from our cameras from Bright House Networks under the direction of Bernie Johnson. Zach Flores in the booth with him, and we've got a host of talented cameramen and audio people working the field tonight, making sure this happens, and, of course, our Volvo Rinse booms. This is about as good as it gets. This view that you're seeing is from one of our booms down on the south end of the field, and our accordion boom from Volvo Rinse, and then the Brontosaurus neck lift, that's what I call it, right on top of the play, and that's what you're seeing this view from now. Third and goal from the 2. The pitch. Can he get in? What a nice move, and he can. He does. Hey, touchdown, Arvin. Julian Salinas, appropriately so. He ran back that punt return and got him close, and so they reward him by pitching it to him and letting him run it in. 20-0 Arvin.
Wow.
Brian Adams, you happen to know this young man and know some things about him. Why don't you share with Kern County about Salinas?
Yes, his coach, Johnny Walker, just told me he was the JV 100-meter champion last year for the SSL, so this kid has some speed.
Wow.
As we saw in the punt return, and good moves we saw in that little 1-yard run.
Molina, the high snap, and it is caught and good. Wow, what a nice catch by the holder. I think that was Alex Flores, the quarterback. Good hands, he laid it down. So it's 21-0 Bears. And this Arvin High sideline's pretty fired up right now.
Yeah, as well as they should be. They're playing perfect football right now. I haven't seen a bad call or anything. And our lifts out here, as you said, the Tyrannosaurus neck, that's what we call a true boom lift in construction. Boom. And the other one here is what we call a scissor lift. I've had some years in construction, and I've worked on top of those. So people,
there's our scissor lift.
That's our scissor lift, and it looks like a pair of scissors, a bunch of scissors going up there. And then the real boom lift on the backside over here. So if you've got a construction company, or if you need something, hey, call Volvo Rinse, because these guys are putting out some nice equipment. I've worked in construction before, and I'm looking at their equipment. This is safe equipment. I've worked on some stuff I was worried about.
Let's roll one of those in the Rabobank this year and use it for the blitz. Hey, locally owned and operated Volvo Rinse. We're talking about them so much we might as well lay the real truth out, and that's that they have everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. We've got some great commercials that you see during our telecast for these games, and sure happy that there are Volvo Rinse replay specialists, because I'll tell you what, they get a lot of action out of these replays. Here we go. The Bears kick it off again. It's going to be taken at about the 20-yard line by one of their big guys right up the middle, and wow, he just keeps on coming. Look at this train. Wow, that's number 5, Zach Schley, and Zach Schley runs it up. Well, Paul, another big game tonight. The West High Vikings, the powerhouse West High offense, talent, speed. People question their defense, which I don't know if I validate their questions there. Up against Stockdale, at home, Stockdale 4-3. This is a big football game. West at Stockdale. Your thoughts, Paul Press?
Well, right after this play, let's see what Tehachapi does here. Keeps it in the dirt, goes up the middle. Well, I have friends that are coaches at Stockdale, and you know,
hold on. Hey,
those
Brian,
are my buddies.
Hold on. Hey, Brian, have you ever heard anybody give their predictions for a game based on all their friends and buddies around the area and all
I'm
the
just
policies?
making it clear.
Hey, Vance.
What?
He's got to call it right. You got to call. I had to go against the driller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Brian's not breaking out with all his buddies and his friends.
No,
he went against the
and
driller.
I was going to say I'm a West High alumnus. West High all the way. I'm sorry, Stockdale. Coach Showers, Coach Boyd, I love you guys, but West High's so much speed. Man.
Well, talk about speed. This Arvin defense catches up with this Tehachapi quarterback. Hanson goes down again. And there's Larry Sears right there giving him a big hoo-ha. He's happy as well as Chris Carlos, the other coaching staff there. So you go with the West High speed. I know Brian's already told me he goes West High. Here comes Hanson. He's in trouble, Paul.
Yeah, he just can't get set. You know, he gets back there, And nothing against this young man. He's a big kid, you know. Tyler Hansen, he's 6'1", 185. That's a good-sized high school quarterback. But he's not having a chance to get his feet set to make anything happen.
3rd and 7. Up the middle, does not work. This Arvin defense is swarming all over the Tehachapi Warriors. There's Robert Wright. He's trying to make something happen, and that's going to bring up 4th and long. Warriors are going to have to punt it up again. 3:24 left in this first half. We're out at Arvin. It's a beautiful night. Paul, I grew up working in those vineyards right there, my man.
Yeah. Good character builder right there. Good work. Nothing wrong with solid work.
That's a good way to put it. 4th and 7. Warriors are going to have to punt. The ever dangerous Julian Salinas back there waiting. This is a young man that had about a 45-yard return and just scored a touchdown. And he's a hurdler champion. Another perfect snap. Kind of a shallow punt this time of the Warriors. Takes a Warrior bounce. Salinas grabs it. Woohoo! What a dangerous play. Down at about the 26-yard line. Let's go down to Brian Adams. He's chatting with parents. Brian.
Well, Vance, we know it was senior night, and I'm here with
Mrs. Medrano, Angie Medrano.
And your son is who?
Teo Medrano, grade number 47, 49.
49. But I'm here with the Arvin contingent, and they're up 21-0. Did you expect this kind of game tonight?
Oh, no, this is great. This is great. We want to win. We have to win. We need to win. We want to make it to the playoffs.
All right, well, you heard it here, Vance. Back to you as you start the game.
I appreciate it. Hey, you have to respect her candor. She didn't really expect a 21-0 lead before the first half is over. I don't think anybody would begrudge her for that. And I agree with her. They need to win this ball game tonight, Paul. So Brian Adams is mixing it up with the parents down there. That poor gal better get her son's number right, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that, because he's going to be like, Mom, you gave me the wrong number to the wrong kid.
Oh, man. Well, Brian, we appreciate you working that. Brian, in about 36 steps, you're going to run into Mr. Frank Barley. He's going to be right behind that banner right there. Keep walking. That's Frank Barley in the red hat right to your left, right there. There you go. That's Frank Barley. This stadium is named after Frank Barley, that gentleman right there. That's him. 2nd and 13. Bears trying to work it here with 2 minutes left in the first half. Venegas, the dangerous receiver, split out left. But right now, head coach Edgar Maris is going on the ground. He's going to work this clock, Paul.
Yeah. Edgar's a great coach. I've had the opportunity to coach a little bit against him, and he can flat out coach, which most of the coaches in Kern County can. I've said it, and I say it every weekend. The parents of Kern County are spoiled. No other county has this much good coaching in it. I can tell you that.
Well, Paul, right below our Brontosaurus boom, right below us, Brian Adams is with Mr. Frank Barley. The stadium is named after him, one of the original athletic directors and a true legend. He knows every athlete that ever came through here. Brian, you were with Mr. Frank Barley. I'd sure like to hear from him.
Mr. Barley, Vance Palm, another Arvin Bear, wants to hear from you about how you think about this Arvin team is doing tonight.
I'm happy that they're going well so far. I hope to continue.
He says happy to continue, and we understand this stadium is named to you, and you were a Minnesota Gopher. Is that true?
That's right. Yeah.
What year did he play for the
Champions
Gophers?
1936.
1936, so it's great to have you here. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Brian. We appreciate you touching base with Mr. Frank Barley. I think anyone that's ever come near Arvin Sports knows Frank Barley. Again, the stadium named after him. Special moment. I don't think he's missed many games, Paul. That's a true dedicated Arvin Bear. 2nd and 13, $1:40 left in this first half. Bears looking to move the ball down the field. I thought they might try to work the clock. No dice. Edgar Maris goes for the first down, and he gets it with his talented receiver again. That's Venegas getting the first down, getting out of bounds. Here come the Bears.
And he's just so amazing. He is so mature here. They need 7 yards. He runs an 8-yard hitch, pushes the corner back far enough, turns around, perfect timing. They're not disrupting the routes. They're letting him run an 8-yard route, turn around, catch the ball. It's pitch and catch. It looks like a warm-up before a baseball game. And the maturity level of this young receiver is amazing. You know, that's not an easy thing to do, is keep your head in the game like this and run perfect routes.
Here come the Bears trying to, oh, look out.
Wow.
Julian Salinas runs into the Warrior wall.
Levi.
Woo. Man, oh, man.
Wrapped up by number 75, Lee Kirstein.
Well, that was Levi Kirsteins, and big hit.
Yeah, that's 270 pounds pouncing on you. 270, ouch, that hurts. He's a big kid, and he got a clean shot and was driving his legs back. Thank goodness for pads and helmets, huh? But once again, it doesn't matter. They get to second and long, they can go third and long, and what happens? Arvin converts on third and long. Tehachapi's got to stop the third and long conversions of Arvin.
2nd and 11, Flores. Could be another screenplay, and it is. Venegas, doesn't pick up the big block he needs out there, and he's thrown down. Still, they're about,
Pass is completed.
12, 13 yards away from a first down. The clock is ticking. It looks as if it's just going to run out. I don't see head coach Edgar Maris calling a timeout, and I wouldn't see why Denman would call a timeout. So it doesn't pick up the big block there, and he's taken down. So that's going to be it. This clock is going to run out at halftime. Arvin Bears 21, Tehachapi Warriors nothing. This is one of those scores that if they hear it around the community, they're going to go, ooh. Let's go down to the field to Brian Adams. We think he's going to get Edgar Maris in just a moment. One of the officials talking to him. Brian Adams, we know you've been impressed with this Bear offense, and I'll just turn it over to you. You can walk it into Edgar.
Well, you know, one thing that I was with Paul, I was thinking they had to come out and make the big plays. They showed us by keeping them out balanced, hitting the quick here with the running game, and then making the crucial third down plays to completions to keep the chains rolling. They've been able to mix it up and keep Tehachapi off balance and really dominate the game. Now I have Coach Maris coming right here through to me as we get him at halftime and ask him a couple of questions.
Well,
second I'll have him, Vance.
Well, you know what, Brian? He happens to be talking to a few referees here at the end of half. Maybe you can even find out what that's about. Brian Adams.
Well, we're right here. Coach Maris, first half you guys came out. Was that your game plan tonight to keep them off balance?
Oh, definitely. They hadn't seen the formations that we put out tonight, and we knew they weren't going to be ready for those, and our kids did a great job of executing those plays.
Well, offensively, they've been really crisp in really the way they complete the passes. They've gotten to a rhythm passing the ball, but they also stick with the running. But what I've been impressed with, and we talked about is on the air tonight, is the defensive line, their ability to get that penetration. Was that something you think you could have got tonight when you looked at the film?
Well, I mean, our kids are playing hard, and I'm not going to take anything away from Tehachapi. We still got one more half to go, and if we continue to play the way we've been playing, I think we're going to be okay.
All right, thank you, Coach Maris. Good luck in the second half. Back to you, Vance.
Hey, Brian, thanks for that hard work down there. We'll be back with our... Welcome back, Kern County. Welcome back. We're at halftime. It's Arvin High School 21, Tehachapi nothing. When we start the third quarter, we'll get Paul Press's thoughts and Brian Adams' thoughts on his football game. But now let's enjoy one of the all-time great marching bands, legendary marching bands in history of Kern County, the Arvin High Crimson Bear Brigade.
I'm here right now with Coach Denman. We're coming out of the second half. First half, the offense never got a chance to really get going. What are you going to look to do in the second half to get back in this ball game, Coach?
We need to play some inspired football. Arvin's playing some great inspired football, and our kids aren't. We're just they're beating us in the trenches. They're beating us in every part of the phase of the game right now. It's just we just got to get on track here and try to get the job done in the second half.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Right,
thank you. Up to you guys at the tower.
Appreciate that. We're back. Paul, press your thoughts on the first half.
Well, I think Coach Denman said it very simple, and I agree with everything he said. He said they were getting beaten every phase of the game, and they were. They were getting out-hustled. They were getting beat in the trenches. They were not rerouting the great receiver, Venegas. Man, Venegas, he's having a career night like he's going to be in number one after this week if they don't reroute him. Coach Denman was correct.
Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. Let me get my handy Bakersfield Californian out from yesterday. Congratulations to the Chicago White Sox for winning the World Series. A sweep of a team that had Clemens on it and Pettit. Unbelievable. Wow. Here we go. Receiving yards. Hio Carpenter from Burroughs was first coming into the night tonight. Joel Velasquez, remember that cat from South, he's second. And then Miguel Venegas is third, and he was coming into the game with 21 yards behind Velasquez. So South High School tonight playing a tough football game against Centennial. So I don't know if he'll be able to hold those yardage. So could be seeing a climb in the yardage standings here in the receiving ranks of Kern County after this football game. Hey, but you never know.
Yeah, he'll definitely. I think he'll be in number 2 next week. At Tehachapi, like we've been saying, if they don't do something, put their hands on him at the line of scrimmage, he's going to continue to do what he's been doing all night.
Another low kick for the Bears, and what a big hit on Zach Schley. Zach Schley is the gentleman that returns the kicks because these Arvin kicks are so low and scrambled. He's 5'9", 200 pounds. That's number 5, Zach Schley, and he is one big guy. But look at this hit. Yeah. Look out. Ooh.
Chris I messed up your name, Chris. What a big hit. I was looking at your hit, and I couldn't say his name. Valdez. I was looking at that hit, Chris. Nice job.
Here come the Warriors. 1st and 10, first series of the second half. The Bears playing tenacious defense all night, and that handoff goes to Robert Wright. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but it looks as if they're running tentatively. It looks as if the Warriors are running as if they're just about to be hit.
Yeah, it looks like a different team than what we watched weeks ago. We had an opportunity to watch them pre-season or pre-league or pre-games or whatever, a scrimmage at West High, and they ran the ball really hard and looked big and aggressive. And it just doesn't look like it. And there was number 52 again making another tackle.
Jake Smith out of your picture. The bottom of the screen, he's split wide right, but that doesn't matter. They hand the ball off to number 34, and that is Gabe Bressier. Gabe Bressier, he gets to about the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 4. The public address announcer is John English. I grew up knowing him as Johnny English. I ran cross-country with him in the Arvin High cross-country team through these great vineyards, and he's the public address announcer, and he gave a shout-out to us tonight, Paul, and he said, Vance Palm, I'd like to give a shout-out to your Bright House announcer, Vance Palm. He and I went to school together many years ago.
Oh.
That cat's in trouble. I told him right now, you're going to get it, big guy. 3rd and 4. Oh. Man, confusion at the line of scrimmage with E.J. Muro. Oh, boy. They got him to jump, and that could be a very needed first down for the Warriors. Hard count gets the Bears to jump. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 44-yard line. The Warriors get a much-needed break there. I wouldn't really say a break. It was an excellent job with the hard count.
Right. Then that wing moving in motion with that hard count.
Throws you off.
Yeah, and Arvin being as aggressive as they have been tonight, they're playing really aggressive, and they're tackling well. I'm real impressed with the way the Arvin Bears have been tackling. Everybody thinks of the Arvin Bears, and they think, well, they don't really have too many big guys out there. They've got a lot of speed, and all this, but, man, they tackle well.
Well, Jose Flores, another linebacker up to number 44. Jose Flores in on the tackle with a gang tackle from the Bears, and Wow, Hansen still on his feet, gets thrown down pretty hard. Not a bad pickup, actually. About 4 tough yards for the quarterback for the Tehachapi Warriors. You know, I'm always tempted when I call an Arvin game, and now that I'm out here on the hallowed grounds of Frank Barley Stadium, to go through a litany of names. I haven't unleashed them yet, but get ready. They might come out a little later. They could come out a little later, Paul Press. Look out. 9:44 left in this third quarter. 2nd and 6 for the Warriors. Warriors making a move here. Handoff goes to the right side. That ball is handed off to Robert Wright. Robert Wright, nice carry. Gets it up to about the 46, 47-yard line. It's going to be a tough 3rd and 3. Here's our Volvo Runs replay, Paul. Not a bad run.
No, here we go. Right off the right behind the right guard there. It's just a power play, nothing tricky about it. And this is kind of what I expected to see at the beginning of the game. You know, Tehachapi coming out, really pounding, going right at it. Not a lot of trickery stuff, just going to go smash mouth football. And it looks like they're getting back to it.
Wow, Hansen keeps the ball, almost thrown for what would have been a big loss, but he keeps the ball, goes to the left side, escaped one big hit, and gets the first down. So here comes the Warriors. They're keeping it together. Most importantly, they're executing and getting third down conversions, and that's what they needed to do first and foremost.
Yeah, watch out, though, Arvin. This is the wing T experience. They're going to lull you to sleep with this run, and then when you least expect it, watch out for that big tight end, number 85, because he's going to try to sneak out. I don't know if you can sneak out when you're 6'5", 245, but watch out.
The man in motion gets the ball. That's Wright. Wright cannot get free, and that's going to be, if not a loss, they'll take him back to the original line of scrimmage. Brian Adams, you've known Coach Denman a long time. You played against him, and you've known him here on the football field as an announcer. Did he seem, well, you tell me your thoughts standing 1 foot away from him.
Well, I'll tell you, fans, one thing about Coach Denman, I didn't have the pleasure of playing against him when I played, but however, I've been associated through knowing him through the telecast and reading about when I played. The one thing that I like about him is he's always to the point of what he's talking about. He doesn't over-embellish anything or under-embellish it. He just tells you exactly what's happening, whether the team is winning or losing, and that's what I really appreciate when I do interviews with him. Back to you, Vance.
Great comment, Brian. Hansen throws it up, has a man open, and it is timed perfectly by the defense out there. It's pretty much up for grabs, and Julian Salinas went up there and broke it up. It was intended out there, I think, for Gio Lopez.
Yeah,
here's our Volvo Rinse replay. Nice form out there by our QB, but a little underthrown.
Yeah, and once again, the receiver was open for a short second, but with the speed of 23 getting out there so fast, he breaks on that ball and showing his track speed out there. Salinas. Right. Wow.
3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for the Warriors. Hansen looks out there. It's going to be, that should have been intercepted. It's not, but that brings up 4th and 11, and Coach Denman's in the middle of the football field. Let's see what he decides to do. Going with the odds. He's bringing his punting team on, but here's our Volvo Rinse replay. I don't know from this angle if we'll see that this is almost picked off. Maybe. Look at this.
Yeah, this is a miscommunication here. The quarterback reads it as get the first down. The receiver reads it as, they were squatting on me, so I extend the field. There's definitely a miscommunication between that receiver and quarterback there. I believe the quarterback read it right, get the first down there, but the receiver thought he could go deeper. I do not like this.
Arvin not making any attempt whatsoever to go for the block, and the ball is down, I think, at about the 14, 15-yard line. We'll see. It'll be 1st and 10, the Bears. Paul, give us your comments.
Well, looks like Tehachapi had the right idea. They made some adjustments. They came out and started playing some smash mouth football and running right at him, and then all of a sudden, Arvin makes a great adjustment, puts one more linebacker inside the box, and makes him stop and punt. What I do not like is when Tehachapi's punting the ball, Arvin is letting their center, number 54,
right down the middle of the field.
Release. You've got to pick that up with an up backer or a linebacker. You're not allowed to cover the center in high school football and hit him off the line of scrimmage after he snaps the ball. But you can, once he raises his head and takes a step down the field, knock him out right then with a linebacker.
Matt Soto and Venegas split way left, completely out of your picture here. Handoff goes up the middle. Tehachapi's going to really have to dig in here. Their defense spent a lot of time on the football field in the first half. And, with a 21-point lead, Coach Edgar Maris for the Bears, is going to grind this clock down. That could keep that Warrior defense out there a little longer. It's not a warm night tonight. I know the football players are a little warmer than us because they're playing, but it's a nice chilly breeze running through here.
Yeah.
You're right, Brian. I heard you. It's warmer than Tehachapi. We're already under the 7-minute mark here in the third quarter, so this clock is just humming along. If you're a Tehachapi Warrior player, coach, friend, or family member. Wow. 2nd and 10 for the Bears. Flores hands the ball off again to number 42, I believe, Francisco Tamayo. And this Tehachapi crowd getting a little fired up, but they've got a long, long way to go. 3rd and 10 for the Bears.
The Bears. Well, I tell you what, that play before right there, I don't see the Arvin coaches up here on top. They must be underneath us at the other end. But if they saw the same thing I saw, watch out, and they'll probably run it, and they do. They get the formation, they get the look right now. Watch out on the top side. Top side, number 1, he's up there.
Venegas in the top left corner of your screen. Flores doesn't go that way. He goes over to number 5, Soto. Soto makes a big move, gets a first down, and it's just like that. First down, Bears. Move the chains. So Soto positions himself perfectly, and with such a dangerous decoy as Venegas, you just almost feel for this Tehachapi secondary because they back off so far. But here comes Soto. One quick little step there, and he gets the first down. Hey, Eric. Great coverage there from our Bright House cameraman right in the action. Under 6 minutes. 1st and 10 Bears. Confusion on Tehachapi defense. They're switching men. Flores fakes the pass and hands the ball up the middle. Didn't get much here, and we've got a late flag at the very end of this play. Wonder what it could be.
Yeah, I don't know what he saw in there. It came so late. It looks like it's going to go against Arvin. For some reason there, it looked like 53. Oh, he's trying to say 53 tackled on the block instead of blocking. So we'll see. But I tell you what I did like, Arvin moving this around, and what I didn't like is Tehachapi's out of formation. The draw play here we see showing that ball, that's always a dead giveaway. Showing that ball too high like that. You kind of know. You just want to bring it up to your shoulder. You don't necessarily want to raise it above your head. But, you exaggerate that, and you get better at it with age and time and practice. But once again, it's first down. They've got 3 downs to move these sticks, and they keep moving them.
Well, they've got to go 20 yards to get a first down. Nice little screen play. Tamayo cannot break free. It was an incomplete pass, never completed, and I think that's best for the Bears. They actually would have lost a couple of yards had it been completed, but it wasn't. Well, Paul, got a quick little break here before they get the next play going. Let's talk a little bit more about the blitz. I know you've got a lot of players being signed. You got a new head coach coming in there. You got a lot of paperwork to do, a lot of decisions to make. But overall, pretty exciting times for professional football fans in Bakersfield.
Yeah, very exciting time. It is a lot of work. You're correct. I'm working a lot of hours right now, but things are really coming along. We can't make any announcements on players as legal until it's run through the commissioner's office and the president signs off, but that will be coming within the next week.
2nd and 20 for the Bears. Flores, another screen play. Oh, dangerous play, but it's almost caught, tipped up a couple times, almost intercepted, and that would have been the big break Tehachapi needs at this point. Kind of a dangerous pass there, the ball bouncing around. If it's executed well, it's a nice play. It gets about a 40-yard gain, but that's the key thing. Was not executed well. Flores rushed.
No, what we see here is a nice play by these the linebackers getting in and making a play on this, and for some reason, the Arvin linemen are not picking them up right away. They can still block if it's behind the line of scrimmage. And they're waiting for the ball to be caught. Well, the ball's not going to get caught because they're reading it.
3rd and 20, has his man across the middle. It's deflected, so the Warriors come up with a big stand here. And this crowd for the Warriors, that's the Arvin crowd, but the Warrior crowd is up on their feet, and they're excited, and they're happy and ready to go here. Let's see if we can get something going here, Warriors. That's what they're saying. So one of the rare times where the Bears don't convert on 3rd down, and 4th and long.
Well,
first punt of the ball game for the Bears, I believe.
Yeah, we haven't seen them punt yet. But,
Ernesto Lupercio. The punting. Trickery, chicanery.
Yeah, number 1, you don't have to cover them. They're not going to throw the ball this far down here.
They're still going to punt it.
They're going to punt it.
There's nobody down to get it, so let's see what happens. Oh, look out. just
Wow. High
really
school football.
unconventional stuff all the way around. Basically, they break out of the. Oh, we've got a late flag here. We'll see what's happening. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. There's a perfect shot down there from our director, Bernie Johnson. He's got the sideline action, the referee. We'll see if we can do some lip reading here and find out what happens. But basically, the Bears break out of the punt huddle. Chris Carlos, one of the coaches down there, is really unhappy. But the Bears break out of the punt huddle. The dangerous receiver for the Bears, Miguel Venegas, splits way right as if there's going to be a long pass down the field. The Warrior defense bites on it. They've got nobody back to receive the punt. They go man-on-man defense, but then the Bears get off a sorry punt. It bounces backwards, and it goes into the hands of the Warriors. So now we've got
and then a penalty.
Meeting of the minds out here at the center of the field, and here comes the main man. This is George Ziki. It's against the Bears, so personal foul against the Bears. So if you're looking for a fortuitous event for the Warriors, this is it.
Yeah, but Tehachapi, young men, think about it. Arvin's not going to even go for it. It's 4th and forever.
On their own 10, I think.
On their own 10. They can spread out or whatever. You just get up there and field the ball. He bites on the fake and thinking he needs to cover someone. I think if Arvin throws that ball, I think Coach Bears would have come undone.
Hansen hands the ball off to the big fella. He's still grinding it out there. Looks like a flag came out. I don't know if it was inadvertent or was it Brian Adams down on the field. You got a bird's eye view. Was that a flag thrown?
Yes, sir, Vance. It was a flag thrown right down there. You guys couldn't see it because it was thrown right at the players in the pile, but it was a holding call, and that's going to negate some of that momentum you're talking about that Tehachapi has as they're going back 10 yards. And again, it seems like every time Tehachapi has something going for him, somehow there's some mistake or a big play by Arvin. So right now they're going the wrong way. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brian. I know head coach Steve Denman, we talk about him many, many times and always in a glowing way. But right now I don't think he's glowing. He's probably fuming. He's got these opportunities put in front of him, and it just seems to go backwards. Now it's going to be 1st and 20. Might be enough breathing space for the Bears to take some risks on defense. Hansen, again, hands the ball up to the middle. And the big fella, Ricky Akawa, comes in there and says, you know what? I'm all league for a reason, and my big buddy in there, number 49, Teo Madrano, whose mother said hi to us tonight, came in there for a big, big tackle. So maybe Teo hears the vibes from his mom.
Yeah, she was, in her defense, she was just excited. She was very, very excited, and that's all right. Your son keeps playing like that, Miss Madrano. You can say whatever number you want. Right now, he's just tearing up. That defensive line is just really getting after it.
Hansen throws to, no, decides to keep it. Might not work. Fumble! Bears recover. 1st down, Bears. Great play all the way around. Somebody stripped it and somebody dropped on it. I don't know the numbers yet, but we'll see.
Here we go. As we look at the replay, he has to bring it down because of great coverage downfield. Number 34 strips it.
Jorge Castro makes the hit.
Here comes 52.
Wow,
Covers it.
Chris Valedez comes on in there, so that's nice stuff.
Wow, nice shot by our camera guys. Good job, guys. That's an excellent shot.
1st and 10 Bears trying to head north.
Wow.
4:18 left in the 3rd quarter. Flores, I formation's got 2 backs behind him. The ball does go up the middle. So right now, it looks like Edgar Maris is saying, hey, you know what? If they're going to keep turning the ball over and they're going to keep giving us breaks, why don't we just grind this clock out with a 3-touchdown lead here?
Yeah, the clock's moving, but, it's still a little early. I would really like to see Arvin go back to the well and attack them and put this game away in the 3rd quarter. They get one more touchdown. There's 3:54 left on the clock. Probably 3:45, 3:47 by the time they snap it. You move this ball down, take up the next 2.5, 3 minutes, and score. That gives you a 28-point lead going into the 4th quarter. Wow, Tehachapi's back's really against the wall then.
2nd and 9, 3.5 left in the 3rd quarter. Flores drops back. Paul, you might be right. This might be what they're looking for. Oh, my goodness, can you believe this? Oh, boy, Kern County, that will make every highlight reel in the state, maybe. There's a flag on the play. Touchdown. Roughing the passer, which means insult to injury. Tehachapi's going to have to take the ball on their 20-yard line because they're going to get it kicked off over their head and deep. Forget about that. Kern County, look at this. I sure hope one of our Volvo Rinse booms got this because this is an all-timer. Whoa, here's our Volvo Rinse replay from the ground level.
There he goes. He sits back. Flores gets ready to throw. It hits right off his hands, hits the defender, bounces back up in his hand, ricochets, and he's off to the races. That's Matt Soto. Good concentration, Matt, because it barely off his fingertips, bounces off the defender. Matt has enough sense to keep his eyes on it, catch it, and then once he caught it, the speed.
More laundry on the field. We'll see what this call is, but Paul Press, you said that you'd like to see Coach Edgar Maris keep putting the pressure on, keep doing it, come up with a big play and put this away. I won't say they're putting it away, but they're awfully close now. As we speak, it's 27-0, and they're going to have to do a re-kick here on the PAT, but with Molina's leg, I don't think that's a problem.
No, but can I say it now? Oh, come on, Coach, you struck too soon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're supposed to burn up some clock. Whatever, you take that. Nice call, Coach. Nice concentration, Matt Soto. Wow.
Well, our re-kick on the PAT, Molina now has it on the 15-yard line, so basically it's a 25-yard PAT. Here's the snap. The hold from the quarterback, it's up, it's down, and it is a pitching wedge right through. Little lob wedge in there to make it 28-0. Oh, goodness, Kern County, it's all Arvin so far. Here's our second replay angle here from Volvo Rinse. And just take a look at this, Kern County. Off his fingers, off the face mask, back in his hands. Oh, my goodness. Now he hears the whole Arvin crowd cheering him on. His heart's just thumping. That's Soto saying, no, nobody's catching me after that lucky play. Nobody.
No, he showed some speed there. And, you know, when things are going your way, they're going your way. But, you know, give him some credit. He kept his concentration. And it's not so easy when the ball's ricocheting around. I can't say I've ever caught those.
Well, let me talk to Brian Adams about that. Brian, are there specific drills that receivers run where you build in some room for things that happen like that?
Well, usually a tip drill, you see the defensive backs run it. One of the distractions you do with receivers, you have the guy run behind, guys waving their hands, and the ball comes through. But it's just the idea of getting your eyes to concentrate on the ball. If we saw in the replay, his eyes never left where the ball was at, and that's why he's able to gather it in. And once he gathered in, like you said, Paul, he just took off to the races. That was just a good bounce, and he took advantage of it, so you got to give him credit for Soto. Back to you guys.
Another kickoff for the Bears. This ball's taken about the 12-yard line by Lopez. Lopez has a lot of room here. Lopez cutting up field, and he's finally, the ball pops out again. Woo! Boy, that Tehachapi crowd is glad that ball bounced out of bounds because a lot's happening right now that does not give Tehachapi very good vibrations.
No.
Here's our Volvo Rinse replay. Lopez grabs it, and from this perspective up on the tower, everybody, it looked like he had a lot of running room, but he does get wrapped up at the last minute, and this ball pops out, Paul.
Yeah, but first of all, he's got the ball in the right hand. Put it in your left arm. Whoa, luckily
nice play out there by
around.
Antonio Gonzalez. Attaboy. 1st and 10, Warriors, midfield. They need to make something happen now. The handoff goes to number 7. Yikes. Eric Tiercy is wrapped up hard for a 5-yard loss. Brian Adams, your field level, what do you see with this Arvin defense? Enough about the Arvin offense. They're doing their job. What about this Arvin D?
Well, the Arvin D, Vance, it's like almost every play, they're getting penetration. 1 or 2 players in the backfield, and they're disrupting this offense. So it's not going to matter if you're trying to do some play fakes in the backfield. When you're busting through like that, you're just causing disruption. And now your linebackers are cleared up to make the plays. Back to you guys.
2nd and 13. Hanson hands the ball out to the big fella. He's had a big night tonight. He's carried a lot of ball. He's had the ball a lot of carries, and that's Gabe Brussier. He's a big, strong kid. You know, this Tehachapi team is ranked number 7 in the Central Section Sequoia Sierra Division, behind Fowler, Templeton, and a host of other teams, but ranked 7 in this section. So they have some accountability on their shoulders tonight on the field as they play against this tough Arvin Bear team in their final game this year in Frank Barley Stadium for the 05 season. Hanson on the option, decides to keep it. Hanson takes a huge hit out there by who else? Miguel Venegas, the talented receiver who's had some big plays, came in and gave a rib shot to Tyler Hanson.
Wow.
Well, Kern County,
Man.
here's our Volvo rinse replay, and Paul Press, all I can say is ouch.
Ouch. Man, that little guy, he's not that big, but he came up and just laid it out.
Officially 6'1", 181.
I don't know. 181. Well, all right, I'll
That
give
looked
it
like
to
an
him.
old buddy of mine, Joe Reyes from Arvin High School, a DB, and boy, he could lay some people out.
Man.
4th and 2. Tehachapi goes for it. Hanson hands the ball off, and they do get the first down, and almost a TD breaker there if Venegas doesn't wrap him up. So Warriors get a big first down. 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the third quarter, but once they get the chains moved up, that clock will start ticking, and essentially there's 60 seconds left once they get up there to the line, if they do it in 10 or 11 seconds. So, Paul, at this third quarter break going into the fourth quarter, Coach Denman and the Warriors most certainly are going to feel the heat. There's no way around it.
Well, the one thing about this type of offense is it's not a quick strike offense. So they've got to do something on the defense. Their defense is going to have to cause a turnover or something if they want a shot to win this game, because they're not going to get the ball back 4 more times running this type of offense. The clock's against you. You know, I don't teach math, I teach English, but I tell you, you know, they want to run 6-7 minute series. Game's going to end, and they're not going to have a shot to win. So their defense is going to have to create a turnover. Here we see a little pass out to the flats.
Not going to happen.
No, and they keep them in bounds. Nice job.
Well, I think that'll probably be the last play of the third quarter as the clock ticks away. That's going to be it. Look at that scoreboard, Kern County. Arvin 28, Tehachapi nothing at Barley Stadium. A big 3 quarters so far for Arvin. When we come back, we'll see if the Warriors can put it together. You're watching exclusive coverage. Welcome back, Kern County. There's Mr. Frank Barley himself in the red hat. The stadium is named after him. He tries not to miss an Arvin High football game, and that is a legend right in front of your eyeballs. Honored the Elias Hall of Fame a few years ago, along with Gloria Friedman from Cal State University Tennis and the wrestling coach Tim. Hey, here we go. Tehachapi in trouble, but they get a nice pass out there to their big tight end, and he's still on his feet. This guy is hard to bring down. 6 Arvin Bears needed to bring down the big tight end out there, Mike Papik. And boy, colleges sure like something like this kid, don't they?
Yeah, he definitely looks like college material right there. That's a big tight end at 6, what's he, 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5", 250, and he's a senior.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get some looks. Hopefully his grades, and I'm sure they are, up there. Tehachapi's known for their academics.
Get ready, here's 1 bear. Here's 2 bears.
Wow.
3 bears, 4 bears, 5 bears. All we're looking for is Goldilocks.
Well, Tehachapi's got to start throwing the ball, and here they go.
They go to their receiver out there, number 1, and he's got it. E.J. Muro down to the 7-yard line. Tehachapi crowd is up on their feet. Hey, if it's going to happen, it's got to happen now. We've seen everything happen this year so far.
Yeah, well, they're definitely, like I made a comment earlier, they can't just keep grinding the ball out. They're going to have to try to strike here, make a quick strike. Their defense, I still believe, defense is going to have to come up with a turnover or, 3 and out quickly for them to have a shot. They can't come back out and trade touchdowns down. You're 4 touchdowns down.
Hanson on a keeper. Hanson in trouble. He's going to have to get rid of it. Hanson throws out there to his big running back, Zach Schley. Zach Schley couldn't bring it in, so great pursuit by this Bear defense. They don't want Tehachapi in their end zone. They love to have a shutout against the 7th-ranked team in this division. Here's Hanson in trouble, Paul.
Yeah, and 54, I don't have his name in front of me, but
Sergio Becerra.
Becerra, man, he's been all over the field. He's really hustling right there and putting the pressure on, which he couldn't get his shoulder square and make a good throw there. That means, Hanson's running for his life trying to get away from there. He can't square his shoulders off, plant and throw. Ball comes up a little short.
2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Laundry, and it looks like it might be against the Warriors. It looks like that might have been just ahead of the count there. And if that's the case, Coach Denman's going to be grinding his teeth again, singing, "Oh, come on, fellas, what do I have to do?"
Arvin.
Oh, it's against the Bears. Denman is stoked. Moves them closer to the goal line, and now it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line. So here's a nice shot on the field of that football. 2nd and goal. Warriors trying to get in. They keep pounding away. Wow, about the 1.5-yard line. Lance Lang, a double L, trying to get them close. Well, 10.5 left in this ball game, Paul. And as you say, if the Warriors can get in, they're going to have to get a 3 and out. So here's our replay. They're keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, well, they're playing it safe here and they want to score. But hey, even if they do score on this next play, I'm watching the clock. That tackle right there, that one tackle costs 40 seconds. So hey, they stop them here. This is a big stop.
Tries to get in. The Bears say no. Warriors say yes. Isn't that always as it is? Ball pops loose. Now Bears say fumble.
They're marking it short.
Well, there's no touchdown signal, that's for sure.
So here it is at 10 minutes, 9:56.
Now they say fumble. There's people still. Touchdown, Tehachapi. They gave it to him. After all that confusion, they get in. 28-6 is the score.
Yeah.
Tehachapi's in the end zone. The Arvin coaching staff has their hands up saying, hey, first of all, it looks as you stop them. There's no touchdown signal. Then it looks like there's a fumble. And all of a sudden the touchdown sign comes up. How did that happen? Head coach Edgar Mayer is out there in his golf shirt and shorts tonight. Goodness. They go for 2, the Warriors, and they get it in there. So a nice run by Lance Lang. So it's now 28-8. The Warriors down 20. Nice play on the 2-point conversion. It gets them less than 3 TDs down. So here's the touchdown that took a while to call. Well, it looks like he's in from there.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's in from there.
He looks like they got in a little extracurricular activity, and you know what? That's not so bad.
Let's go down to the field. Brian Adams. Looks like he's down there with some heavy hitter.
Vance, we're down here with Coach Chamberlain. Coach Chamberlain, Vance is up top. He's an Arvin Bear. He wants to get your thoughts on tonight's game so far.
Well, how about them Bears? I like what's going on here tonight. Very proud of them.
Now, coming to the game, I know some people thought that Tehachapi was a stronger team, but Arvin came out from the get-go. It's like they've been more the aggressor the whole time. What is your opinion on it?
This is the best I've seen Arvin play all year. They're playing their hearts out tonight. And I've always had a lot of respect for Tehachapi and Denman and his staff, but I'm real proud of our Arvin Bears tonight.
And one more question, Coach. Edgar Maris was one of your players. He's coaching now. What are your thoughts about him?
Well, he's a great coach, great guy. He played on my Valley Championship team, and most of these coaches here at Arvin played for me at one time or another, so I'm very proud of him.
Thank you for your time, Coach Halem. Enjoy the rest of this game.
Thank you.
Back to you, Vance.
Thanks, Brian. I hear that voice, and I think I'm in PE in trouble or something. Palm, knock it off. Palm, get away. Palm, you guys quit playing basketball and take a shower and get out of here. Well, that was former head coach Chuck Chamberlain, one of the longest tenured coaches around here. And, with Coach Denman on the other side of the sidelines, you got a lot of years. And Frank Barley here, and we see Coach Hallam down there. So a lot of great names, a lot of great rich tradition out here tonight at Barley Stadium in Arvin. We've got a timeout on the field. That gives us a chance to talk about next week's football game. Are you kidding me? The internet poll votes are in. The guys at Bright House told me, Vance, our computers were on fire with all the attention we got from this, and this was the game that won it all. Liberty at Garces. Last week we watched the Rams dismantle the East High Blades. Today at my Friday afternoon lunch at one of the Italian restaurants over on the east side, I saw the whole Garces football team, or a big part of them. The seniors and some guys came in for a big lunch, and we talked a little bit about the ball game last week. They weren't surprised. They felt confident. But Liberty, the powerhouse Patriots, coming over to Garces, that ought to be one big, big football game. That's next week. Don't miss it on Bright House Football, high school game of the week, the Patriots at the Rams. Here we go, 9:53. Tehachapi going for onside kick. They've lined it all up. They've got 2 runners over on this side. Here it is. It's up. Will it go far enough? It does not. It's touched by the Warriors. That means first down Bears, and it did not go far enough. Well, smart play by that Arvin Bear. Go ahead and jump on it just to make sure. That's Matt Downs. But it's going to be Arvin Football that never went far enough. So Yikes.
Yeah. Well, now you give Arvin a short field, and the way they've been moving the ball tonight, they don't necessarily have to score right here. Of course, they would want to score, but if they get more than 3 downs, right now you want to move the chains. Move the chains what you can. There you go. And the crew over there, the chain gang, you need to move down. There you go. They had it backwards there, but they've got it right now. Anyway, Arvin doesn't necessarily have to score a touchdown here. They can move it on down. A field goal would be huge. More important than that, the clock right here.
The clock says 9:52 left in this ball game. Here's Venega way at the bottom of your, he's out of your screen. The ball goes up the middle, a nice play, about 5-yard gain right off the bat. That young running back has had a wonderful game tonight, Francisco Tamayo, and I don't overuse the word wonderful. He has been there when they needed him on the ground to counteract that air pursuit that they have. Whenever they want to go on the ground, they give it to the ever-ready Francisco Tamayo, and he's done a nice job breaking it up, Paul.
Yeah, Tamayo, they list him at 5'5", 145.
I believe it.
Man, he looks a lot stronger than that, though. You know, he looks bigger than that from up here. Of course, I am wearing my glasses tonight, so I can actually see. But he's got real strong legs.
Here's the ball, goes up to Venega.
Yeah.
Venega's got him. Venega catches it. What a catch. The referee's right in front of him, and he says, first down, it's a catch. And the head of the Arvin Bear Boosters Club, Scott Randolph, is down there with his dad, Ken Randolph, long-time announcer here at the stadium, and they're right in front of the referee saying, first down. Hey, Brian, we're watching this Bobo Rinse replay, and it's coming right at you. What do you think?
Well, Vance, you can see it come off from the get-go. He had the fade route. That's a route I like to see more teams use when you have the bigger receivers, and let the good receiver go up and make a play for you. But you know what? Good throw by the quarterback. He's had a well of a game tonight, Vance.
Alex Flores. That's the QB we're talking about. He hands off to Tamayo. Tamayo gets up to about the 17, 18-yard line. So,
well, you know,
I guess this answers our questions of whether they want to score or not. They're trying to get in.
Well, they didn't have a choice. Tehachapi gave it to him.
Right.
I'm telling you, the play they ran before that, I saw it down here. They had man-on-man coverage, and he was way inside of them, taking away that slant. But where they were at on that hash mark, he gave up a huge fade route, and they connected on it. They came right back to it. The Arvin coaches saw it, and they called the play.
2nd and 6. Flores looks to the corner. He's got a man wide open, and it is a touchdown! Whoa! What a play, what a pass, what a catch. There he is, Julian Salinas, and oh boy, it's 34-8. Arvin all over Tehachapi. This was great concentration and a great catch. Bright House Network's production crew, give it to us.
There it is.
What a shot.
Man, it looked like it was a blown coverage here. They didn't give him any press coverage out there. It looked like they were in cover 2, but they didn't even knock him off his route or reroute him at all. There's no way that safety's going to get way over there in time. Wow. Bad coverage.
35-8. Let's go down to Brian Adams. Brian, who do you have down there, big fella?
Vance, I have Randolph here for you.
Whoa!
Hold on, run around. Vance, what do you want to ask him tonight?
I would like to just ask these cats about this wonderful Bear Pride spirit and how it helps these players get invigorated.
Vance wants to know about the Bear Pride spirit and how they've invigorated this team tonight.
Well, we've been waiting a long time, and obviously Tehachapi is one of our biggest rivals. We always get up for a game against Tehachapi, and it's no different tonight. And obviously we came to play tonight, and the Bears are playing fantastic ball, and it's one of our best games in the year, and it's just great to see it on a night like tonight, you know?
Mr. Randolph, you're a longtime announcer. What do you think about tonight?
Fantastic ball game. Nobody, I think, in the Valley thought we'd win this ball game, and here we are, winning the ball game in the 4th quarter. Great night.
And what about that man, Vance Palm? I heard there's a lot of trouble here at Arvin High. Is that the truth?
No, Vance was the man when he was here.
Thank you, Mr. Randolph. Back to you, Vance.
Oh, Ken Randolph, my longtime neighbor and the longtime voice of Arvin High football, and for many, many years, the principal and the main guy at Haven Drive Junior High. Ken Randolph, what a man. Well, Tehachapi's got to get busy here real quick. And this is the way you do it. You get nice big run backs. The ball goes up to the 40-yard line. Again, that's number 45, Mike Barboa. Here comes another angle from our Bright House Network production crew. Thank you, Bernie Johnson, for your great job tonight, as always. We're going to see this touchdown pass, and Paul, no matter what you say, blown coverage, which I agree with, great catch.
Yeah. Oh, great catch and great throw. He hangs it up here, and we can see it there. He's kind of staring off at the quarterback, and they forget about the receiver out there. Number 9 can't quite get over there in time. And, man, these Arvin receivers catch the ball with their hands.
Hanson's
nice
putting
job.
the ball up, and he's got a man. Oh, what a throw and what a catch. Woo! Quick strike from Hanson to Lopez. That was a beautiful pass and an even better catch with a defender right in his dish. This was really, really nice, Paul Press.
Well, do those two numbers look familiar? 9 on 23, 23 on 9.
They've been busy all night.
Here we go. They just run a go route,
Whoa.
straight go. And he comes in and undercuts it, and the ball slides right over his heads. If he turns and gets the hands up, he deflects it. But you know what? His 23 just caught the touchdown over 9. 9 says, oh, yeah, you're going to catch one on me, I'll catch one on you.
Well, the Warriors broke out of the huddle, then they came back in the huddle. Here comes Hanson on a quick run to the line of scrimmage. Hanson's going to keep it as a quarterback option. He decides to keep, and he's brought down about the 10-yard line, but he doesn't get out of bounds, Paul.
No, good job of Arvin. Make the tackle on the quarterback. If you're a young man watching this game, like Brian Adams said earlier,
Excuse me, Paul. Excuse me,
not
Paul.
good.
We have the quarterback for the Warriors. Don't mean to cut you off there, but we have Tyler Hanson. He's down. And he's hurt. We'll take a break. When we come back, 7:43 is left in this football game. The score is 35-8. Arvin High School all over the Warriors. You're watching exclusive coverage of Bright House Network's high school football game of the week. Well, Levi Lance comes in as the quarterback. We come right back from break, and on a 2nd and 6, number 14, Levi Lance, a 6-foot, 160-pound junior, comes in to replace the injured Tyler Hanson. Hanson was down a long time, but now he comes back into the football game. 4 players in, 4 players out, so Hanson back up and in, and it is a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. The clock is ticking away. It is most certainly the obvious enemy of the Tehachapi Warriors right now. They have a long way to go as far as points. 1st and goal. No, the quarterback stays in. That is Levi Lance. He stays in, and he hands the ball off to number 9. Oh, sorry. The ball went to...
Big number 5. Was it 5 or 6?
Oh, Lance Lang, number 6. Sorry about that, Kern County. It took me a moment to get that name out. Couldn't get him behind there. So it looks as though Levi Lance will stay in the game as quarterback. I thought I had seen Hanson come back in, but now I see Hanson way down the other side of the sidelines. He's wrapped up. Warriors try to get in. Do they? They do not. It's 2nd and goal. They get down to about the 1-inch line, and we have the quarterback Tyler Hanson on the opposite side of the field, of course, at about the 40-yard line, and there's a good shot of him. So looks like it's the ankle, lower extremities. We'll see. 3rd and goal. Clock's ticking. We're about to go under the 6-minute mark, so wow. 3rd and goal, Paul. They've got to get in here, or they've got 2 downs to get in. And it looks like he does. Touchdown, Warriors. So not a lot of time left, but hey, they've scored the last 2 possessions, so that's a good sign for the Warriors. Just exactly under the 6-minute mark, 5:59. Your score is 35-14. Bears leading the Warriors by 3 TDs. Here's our touchdown, and he does get it in. That is number 6, Lance Lang.
Yeah, Lance Lang making a nice job there. Leaves his feet a little bit. Probably didn't need to as the size that he is. He's a pretty big boy. But he gets it in, keeps his shoulder pads nice and low, gets the ball in there. The question is this going to be enough? Is it little too little, too late? 5:59, 6 minutes left. Man, I don't know. It's going to have to see. I keep saying it here. It doesn't matter. Tehachapi goes down to score, Vance. That's nice. But they've got to stop the Arvin Bears, and they haven't shown me or anybody else watching this game that they can stop the Arvin Bears.
Head coach Edgar Maris down here in 65-degree weather with his polo shirt and his golf shorts on. He's all about winning, winning, winning. Hey, there's the noisemakers that you're hearing right below myself.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, they're fired up.
I was wondering what that was. I thought maybe some of the bees out here are Arvin. I thought it was a little too cold for those bees to be flying around. I was looking around like, what is that? The noisemakers.
We've got some great sponsors, and we certainly want to thank them. Crab Radio, also Volvo Rents. How can we get away from mentioning this great company? That's what I call the Brontosaurus extension lift, I guess is what it is, and that's what's giving us such a great shot tonight. Also, we've got our scissor lift.
Yes.
Great job, Volvo Rents. Tehachapi Warriors trailing by 20 points. Wow. Barber Honda, Crab Radio, Fox. I'd like to thank all of you, and we'll find out who our Barber Honda player of the game is after this. Let's see if Tehachapi can do this onside kick a little bit better. Nope, they touch it again. Well, I thought they hit it early. Refs didn't call it. The ball was in play. Now we have a late flag coming in here, and no matter what player this is against, the coach is going to be absolutely furious. It looks like unnecessary roughness, some guys getting after it, and they're doing some fighting here and some extracurricular activities, as we say, and here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Arvin. Yikes. Edgar Maris, head coach of Arvin High School, is just going to light one of his players up right now. He is not happy.
Wow. Yeah. He doesn't need this. They've played a great game all night. Coached a great game. Players have played a great game. You don't do this.
Well, there's Chris Carlos giving him a word, and doggone it, that's Matt Downs. Smart player, good player, but he got into a little jaw session. If you're the Warriors, hey, why not? Want to come out and try to draw a foul. Let's try to, it's just like the Vlade Divats of rule.
Yeah.
If you can draw a foul, do it. 5:56 left in this football game. If you've been watching with us all night, you've seen the Arvin Bears put together a presentation and a football package here that looks awfully nice, but the Warriors are ranked high and they're not giving up. Venegas, star receiver, out of your screen, the bottom of it. Wow, big hit by the Warriors up front. That is a big hit out there by Levi Kirstens. The Warriors have two players with the first name of Levi. Here's our Volvo Rents replay, Paul, and he's met hard and heavy at the line.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep it here, but wow, he's hit by two or three Warriors there coming in. What I found kind of interesting, though, as I'm watching it on the field, being a football guy, I'm out here, and all of a sudden, number one, Miguel
Venegas. The guy's been making plays all night
I
long.
know, man,
Venegas.
I'm just in awe of his skills. I'm sorry. I know his name, but I was watching his skill. I'm just watching him play.
Pitch out to the left side, Salinas. He's wrapped up out there. He tried to get by. Nice tackle. Hey, it's an arm tackle, but it's a good tackle. It got him out of bounds, I think, so the clock stopped. So not really what Salinas wanted, or Coach Edgar Maris, but hey, you're right. Venegas can really impress a lot of people. Here's Salinas on the run to the left side, Paul.
Yeah, he gets out there, but he's got to learn right here. You're getting close to the sideline, and the big boys grab hold of you. Get your knee down and stay in bounds.
Cut back in, do something. Don't let that clock stop. Apparently it didn't stop. Well, it's still ticking.
Wow.
All right, the pitch out to Salinas again, looking for a block from Venegas. Doesn't get it. Venegas did not lay a block out there, so that brings Salinas down for a loss of about 2 yards. So Edgar Maris, as much as he loves his receiver out there, Venegas, he's giving him an earful saying, hey, do something, get in the way. Now we've got to punt the football back to these talented Warriors.
Yeah, and on that series right there I'm watching, and Tehachapi finally plays them inside and what we call inside-outside. They put two defenders out here.
And they're coming at him, Paul.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what they can bring. Arvin comes out to a spread formation. Tehachapi has to adjust.
I don't believe they're going to fake it and pass it. They don't. They punt it. They put it up. Let's see where it bounces. And it takes a backwards bounce, so Venegas will down it at about the 46-yard line. Both times, this Tehachapi defense has kind of been jumbled around on the punt return. However, they have excellent field position. They're down 20 points, so they've got to score 3 TDs to win this thing. They have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. This Bear defense has been awfully impressive tonight, so it'll be not insurmountable, but unexpected this late in the ball game for any team to come back with this type of a margin. Let's see if the Warriors can do it. You're watching Bright House Network's high school football game of the week, Week 8, Game 8, Tehachapi at Arvin. And an important note is that Tyler Hansen, the first-string quarterback, is out. And Levi Lance has not passed the, well, we were just about to say hasn't passed all night.
And
the ball's going up there. This could be trouble. And it is, Oh my goodness! It's tipped and it's caught and it's a touchdown. E.J. Muro with great focus, great concentration. Touchdown, Warriors. We were just about to tell you that this second string quarterback, Levi Lance, replacement quarterback, comes in, hasn't passed all night. So what does he do? He gives it to Gio Lopez. Gio Lopez launches it up there. Should have been intercepted. Let's be fair. It hangs out there forever. But E.J. Muro at 6'4", 190 pounds, simply reaches over and tips it. And oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. One good tip deserves another, Brian Adams says.
Yeah, and don't forget the one that Arvin got earlier, bounced off a defender, and
well, here's a great shot of it right here, and he collects it and just kind of coasts back.
And
well, we've got a timeout on the field. 3:38, and the score should read. It doesn't yet, but it should read 35-27.
21.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's correct. 35-21. Sorry, 35-21 is the correct score. Now they're down 14. Now Tehachapi has a few options here. Do they go for 2? Do they go for 1? Paul Press, your thoughts?
Normally you'd go for 1, but I don't understand. We don't know his kicking situation.
Right.
Maybe his kicker got hurt earlier. With their big backfield, they're going with a heavy backfield here. Looks like the old wishbone backfield here with 2 fullbacks.
Trouble at the line. He does not get in. The Bears stop him, so the 2-point conversion doesn't happen. Score 35-21. Bears up 2 TDs, and some consternation on former coach Chuck Chamberlain's face right there as he has the pose of the thinker, and he is contemplating possibly what Coach Denman might be putting together over there. There's Larry Hallam taking a sip from his soda. So you've got some of the longtime Arvin thinkers out there putting together their own thoughts for Edgar Mares. I don't know if they whisper in his ear much, but if I was Edgar Mares, I think I'd probably have things put together already, which he does.
Yeah, obviously they do, because they've played some really good football tonight. They've made a few mistakes, but not a whole lot.
Here's another angle from our Volvo Rinse boom, and gets launched up there, Paul. And he just does kind of a little tip drill. Oh, wow, that's nice.
Good concentration. And right before that, I said, I was getting ready to say, but the play started. I said Tehachapi needs to be careful that they don't throw it up and get an interception out of it. And what they do, they throw it up, and it should have been intercepted. But there you go.
Paul, here comes the third attempt for the onside kick. Either practice makes perfect, or one of these Bears take it and run it all the way back with it. Let's see. Here comes another one. This one is caught, and it's down, and it's covered up here. So the Bears will cover up the football. 1st and 10 from midfield. Now with 3:36 left in this football game, my guess is Edgar Mares tries to work this clock.
Yeah. I'm sure he's not going to strike deep this time. But I wouldn't be so surprised if they try to spread it out and get out here and create a little bit, stay in bounce. But maybe we'll see some counters, a little bit of. I don't think you want to run right at the Tehachapi defense. They're pretty big, but hey, the Arvin line has been moving the Tehachapi guys around, especially in the first half. So we'll see if they can put a drive together and finish this game out.
Great football game. Flores hands the ball off to Tamayo. Tamayo's thrown for a 1-yard loss. Clock will continue to tick. Tehachapi's going to have to call a timeout. They do not.
No gain on the play.
Well, clock is ticking away. Brian Adams, you're sitting down there with our official clock keeper, timekeeper. Your thoughts on the time just ticking away?
Well, Vance, that's kind of why I'm sitting down here. I'm here with our clock lady.
Hello.
And the clock is just ticking down, Vance. There's no timeout called. And, they're going to get the ball probably back with about a little over a minute and a half if they don't call timeout and stop the clock.
If they get it back, 2nd and 10, the Bears. Flores looks to throw, throws across the middle. A nice play if you're the Arvin Bears. Everyone's thinking run, and you get almost to the first down. I don't know if he did get the first down. He's close.
Yeah.
First down, Bears, and ooh, boy. Everybody thinks run on a second and long. You throw across the middle, and here's our Volvo rinse replay. If you're an Arvin Bear fan, you love this call.
Yeah, a little tight end pop pass there. He lines up not quite as a tight end, but the flanker out there and runs a little seam route and nice little pass. What I'm concerned about is Tehachapi's not really watching for our Mr. Number 1 receiver out here. They're not really covering. They're kind of staring away. Now they've got a guy on him.
1st and 10. He's got the entire sidelines to run. They give the ball to Tamaya. Tamaya has really paid his dues tonight. He's had the ball many, many times. And Venegas, a great decoy, even late in the ball game when you don't expect the pass play, he still draws that defense all the way out there. So the clock continues to tick. And they may be out of timeouts. It's possible that they're out of timeouts. I can't tell from our Arvin scoreboard here, but they may be out of timeouts.
Wow. Well, I can't believe they're not calling a timeout here.
This thing's in the refrigerator. Venegas, way right. Tamaya keeps on his feet, and boy, this kid just epitomizes this entire game. Takes a big, big hit out there by Levi Kirstens, and yeah, Levi might get up and say, I popped you, but a player is down. One of our Arvin Bears is down out there. We'll try to get a number. Here's our Volvo rinse replay, and look at this at the end of this run, Kern County. Tamaya gets hit. You think he's down. He thinks he's a tough guy. He's going to stay up and keep running, keep running. He gets held up right here, and look out. Boom.
Wow.
Big Levi Kirsten, 6'2", 280, and man, oh man, oh man. The injured Bear out there was Rene Bernal. He's up and everybody's up. They're clapping. Clock did stop for a moment, so Tehachapi gets to kind of regroup here. The defensive captain for the Warriors is Lance Lang. He's out in front of his players about to call this. Nice job out there by Scott Randolph. Runs out there to make sure his player's okay.
Yeah.
Our Barber Honda player of the game. We have much deliberation to do over the next minute and 15 seconds here. Well, it's...
Is it the pitcher or the catcher?
I don't know.
Yeah, because...
Is it the pitcher or the catcher?
Because he was throwing a lot of strikes, but that catcher didn't miss any of those strikes.
Well, we still got some time left. We'll discuss it. 1 minute exactly here. 2nd and 10. This Arvin Bear crowd is absolutely euphoric. They're just loving it with another carry. And this clock continues just to tick, 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 tick. And now we have a timeout, and I think that's the last one that Tehachapi had. They used it there, so now they've got 50 seconds.
Timeout taken on the field by Tehachapi.
But they still have to receive a punt, so some time will go off the clock there. Brian Adams, your thought on the Barber Honda player of the game. This doesn't mean it's the decision.
Right.
But let's hear your thoughts.
Well, Vance, my thoughts right now, at first I was leaning toward the receiver. I thought he had a great game. He also played defense, saw a big hit, big interception. But I'm starting to lean towards Flores, the quarterback. So I'm not sure yet, but I'm pinning on those two. I'll have the answer in 45 seconds.
Oh, Paul Press. Barber Honda player of the game thoughts.
Well, same thing. You know, the receiver ran great routes. He also played very well on defense. But then again, the quarterback, like Brian said, you know, he threw strikes all night.
Well,
he read the defense well.
You're right,
it's
Paul.
It's a tough call.
And our director, Bernie Johnson, who weighs in on our 4-person ballots, had a great point. He threw to a lot of different receivers tonight. It just wasn't to Venegas. So we haven't made up our mind yet. And hey, who am I? I'm just an Arvin Bear.
What are your thoughts, man?
Brian, you said 45 seconds. I'll let you know in 49 seconds. There's 50 seconds left in this ball game. The Bears will punt. Tehachapi's going to try to come at it. Again, they go cover all of these receivers out there. I highly doubt that Arvin's going to do anything else but punt this ball south. Well, as soon as I say it, look out. He's in trouble.
What is he?
Well, that was Ernesto Lupercio, and there are flags on the field. I don't know what they'll be about, but that was kind of a sketchy way to have your last offensive play of your last game at home this season. I don't know if it'll be the last play. Let's see what happens. But for your last offensive play of the season on your home field when you're up by 14 points here. That seems sketchy at best. Sketchy at best, because now the Warriors get the football on, I think it's going to be the Arvin 40-yard line. Stranger things have happened.
That's
42
right.
Seconds. And
I do not like that call whatsoever.
What I'll do, Paul, is retract any thoughts of Barber Honda player of the game until a little bit later.
Wow.
Could we have a BHS Stockdale finish?
You never know. This young quarterback, Lance, about to throw his first pass of the night, and it is at a very inopportune time, and that wasn't the best pass. So Levi Lance, the Tehachapi quarterback who comes in for the injured Tyler Hansen, drops back with any last gas. It's just been picked off.
Yeah.
Well, barring any other crazy plays by the Bears, I think that might wrap it up. And I'll go on record as here's our Volvo Rinse replay, and it looks like the ball just got away from him there and picked off by the Arvin Bear, and a very, very fortuitous toss into the hands of who else? Francisco Tamayo, the running back who's weathered the storm. Well, Brian Paul, our director Bernie Johnson, I happen to think that this young quarterback tonight, Alex Flores, the 5'10", 160-pound senior, has done just that. Put that ball in a lot of receivers' hands tonight and done a great job, and he's tossed some touchdown passes. We'll let you know when you come back after the end of this football game. Well, on his knee, the Arvin Bear goes down. I think it's unanimous. I can hear in my ear from Brian, in my ear from Paul, my ear from Bernie Johnson, the Barber Honda player of the game is this talented quarterback, Alex Flores. We had a great performance tonight from running back from Francisco Tamayo. We had an incredible performance tonight from the superstar receiver Miguel Venegas. But Alex Flores not only just completed passes, Paul and Brian, but he ran his offense well. He ran his team well. He kept them composed. He used the momentum that he got and cashed in on it.
Yeah, he also, on some of those touchdowns at the very beginning, stood in there and took a hit.
Well, that's it, Kern County. From this Arvin Bear to all of you football fans out there, I can't lie to you. I'm excited. It's a great football game. The Tehachapi Warriors, ranked 7, came into this tough Barley Stadium, and that's...
We're here in Bear Country with the Arvin Bears. Bear down tonight and came away with a 35-21 win. I'm with the winning coach, Edgar Mars. Coach Mars, what did you do tonight to get prepared for this game and how your team come out so fired up?
Well, Tehachapi's been one of our toughest opponents, and we've always seemed to play them hard, and we've always seemed to end up on the short end of things. And tonight, our kids, our seniors, last home game here, they didn't want that to happen. So, you know, they really played extra hard tonight.
You know, and they did one thing I want to talk about. We talked about at halftime was just the way that the defensive line, even though they were a little smaller, the quickness to shoot the gaps and really cause confusion in that backfield for Tehachapi.
Yeah, we got to give our defensive coach and the defense a lot of credit tonight. They really, in the first half, controlled the game, and the offense held the ball for quite some time. So Tehachapi couldn't get anything going, and a lot of credit goes to our defense.
All right, while you sit up to the side, I'm going to bring in Alex Flores. He is going to be our Barber Honda player of the game. And right now, we're going to make a presentation, and we'll talk to Alex. Our presentation will be from Luis from Barber Honda. Luis, make the presentation, please.
On behalf of Barber Honda and Bright House Networks, we want to present this play to Flores for good game he did. Congratulations, you know, myself and Barber Honda and Bright House. And this is for you. And we have a jacket, man, to keep you warm. And, you know, keep out the hard work, too. I like that. You know, you're doing pretty good. And a hat and 2 shirts. And give me the hand, man. You did pretty good. Congratulations. All right? You deserve everything.
All right, Alex, I got a question for you. One thing that Vance Palm, Paul Press, and myself noticed was your ability to move the ball around to different receivers. Is that part of the game plan? Because you have a great receiver in Venegas.
You know, this whole year, Mikey's been our outstanding receiver. But we knew later on in the season we had to find out, who we got to just move the ball around. And what Tehachapi did, they just focused on Venegas and they just left the other receivers open.
Well, I tell you tonight, as a quarterback, what are you trying to do when you're on your steps? We talked about your 3-step drop and your 5-step drop, how precise it was, and you seem to get into a rhythm. Have you been to a rhythm like that much this year, or is tonight your breakout night?
Tonight's my breakout night. I haven't had, any chance to, bring out my ability to show on this team, And today, I just decided, just to show up and play.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a great game you played tonight, and you are a senior, correct?
Yes.
And on senior night, the last night of Arvin Bear, you go out, you're a Barbara Hunter player of the game. Kern County, we will see you next week at Garces Memorial Stadium for the Liberty Patriots. They come in on that